Yo, what's up, friends? We are back on Pokemon Showdown, and today we're going to be hitting up the ORAS OU ladder once again. This time we're using Mega Sceptile. I decided to use sub 3 attacks since it's pretty dangerous behind a sub, and I really wanted to use spike support, so I decided that Klefki would be pretty cool. It also gives me Pseudo Fairy and Dragon Check, as well as T-Wave support. Nice play rough, nice foul play just in case something tries to boost. I have defensive Landers T as my bird check, my stealth rocker, my pivot for fighting types. Basically, I didn't really care about my EV spread. I just put max. I decided to run Life Orb 3 attacks Latios because I was a bit weak to Keldeo as I had no switch-ins, and Ferrothorn was a bit of an issue, so I decided to run HP Fire over Defog. And next up we have Greninja, which is a complete monster. It's already a monster, but with Gunk Shot, it's even more of a monster because it can OHKO Azumarill flat out with just Gunk Shot. And the fact that this gen in X and Y I was boosted to 80 accuracy, I believe it had 70 before, Gunk Shot is even more viable. As last but not least, we got my boy Avalog. I wanted to switch into Azumarill that wasn't super conventional, and I didn't want to run Defog on my Latios, so I decided I would put Avalog. Got the Rocky helmet, got the nice Rabbit Spin, the Roar, nice and balanced team. Shoutouts to my boy Gator. He's probably like, what the hell is this table? But yeah, that's basically the team. Now, before we actually get into today's live, I just want to point your attention to this screen right here. I decided that since I was using Mega Sceptile, I might as well promote my boy Max Ezzy, who is selling Mega Sceptile t-shirts. So, pretty cool design right here. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys want to go check that out. He's sold 8 out of 100 so far, so it's pretty cool. I actually love the picture that he put right here, and I love the green texture and the color. So, anyway, let's look for a battle. Thank you everybody for the continued support, the likes, the comments. Y'all are all my friends. That's what I'm gonna call you guys. I decided to call you guys friends. I like that. I really like that. I feel like it's me. And we have found a battle right away versus my buddy Zamrock. So this is gonna be fun. All right, so I'm just gonna lead off with Landorus as I'm expecting him to. He probably sees my team is like, what's wrong? I'm just gonna lead off with Landorus T because I'm expecting him to want to lead off with his Terrakion. As I see a table. I'm actually just going to ignore spectators. I don't care if my boy Zamrock talks, but there's a bunch of other people here which I don't want to distract me. There's a lot of people joining now. Okay, so he's probably in the IDM room or something. But I'm expecting him to lead off with Terrakion, as Terrakion can get up Stealth Rocks. It looks to be Stealth Rocker, as he doesn't end up leading off with Terrak. And what I can do is just go right for the Earthquake. Oh, I appreciate that, but he said that because too many people were talking. He didn't feel like ignoring spectators, so just gonna go right for a safe Earthquake, as he could potentially go out into his Latios. That'd actually be annoying because he could trap me with. He can trap my Klefki, but he ends up going right for the Stealth Rocks, as I am gonna try and go for my Stealth Rocks right here. I probably could just U-turn out, but I am just going to attempt to go for my Stealth Rocks as he ends up going for Stone Edge, trying to weaken me. So I get up my rocks, and the great thing is I have a Rapid Spinner, not a Defogger. So I can just go right for the U-turn right here, as Landorus already did its job. It walled the fighting type, and I was able to get rid of it. So now I can go directly into my Sceptile, which actually completely wrecks him now that I look at it. Once I Mega Evolve, this thing outspeeds his entire team and can knock out everything on his team. So he goes out to Greninja, which is the one thing that can outspeed me before I actually end the Mega Evolving. So I'm just going to go out into my my Klefki right here just to dodge an Ice Beam. If he wants to predict that switch, that's completely fine by me. The second I Mega Evolve, which I can do versus something like Latios, because I do naturally outspeed it, or Thunderous, because I have Lightning Rod, so I'm not really scared, I could take a hit. But he makes a really good play in going for the Hydro Pump, and my safest play is going for Thunder Wave. I don't care if he goes out to Magnezone, predicting that. Like I said, it is my safest play possible, so I am going for Thunder Wave, as he doesn't end up going for the zone. Of course, he can. He's immune to that, and again, it was my safest play possible, so I'm just gonna get up a Spike right here, as there's nothing else I really can do. It is Prankster, so it is priority, as he could just Volt Switch out, going right back out into Greninja if he actually wanted to. Yeah, Greninja's actually relatively safe right now. I guess he could also try and go out to his Latios, but Greninja's definitely his safest play, as I'm willing to risk a speed tie with my own Greninja, as I can just actually go right for a Gunk Shot. It is most likely a speed tie. He could be running HP Fire, but the fact that he has Magnezone, I don't think so. So I am going to go right for Gunk Shot, as if I win the speed tie, I'm basically set to Mega Evolve with my Sceptile and win the game if I can land a Focus Blast on his Magnezone. So I have to go for this speed tie right here because nothing else on my team will outspeed his Greninja, and I'm actually kind of screwed if I lose it too. But then at the same time, he was screwed if he lost it. So yeah, he's kind of screwed right now because I end up winning the speed tie, landing my Gunk Shot, knocking out the Greninja, as now I'm a Poison type, which is actually really, really cool. He's kind of forced to go out into his Thundurus right now, as I probably won't be able to Rapid Spin away, but he ends up going out into a Azumarill, which is completely fine by me, as I will be able to outspeed this thing and just go right for the Gunk Shot. He can't knock me out with Aqua Jet. He probably has to hope that I miss and tries and gets off like a Belly Drum or something like that. But it is 80% accurate, as he actually ends up trying to wear me down right here, turn per turn. I think, no, he actually predicted my switch into Avalog because I guess he felt like I had no reason to risk that. But I can just go for the, what's my best play? I can just go for Hydro Pump and knock him out. I outspeed Scarf Magnezone anyway because Greninja is just naturally fast, and with the hazard damage, I would be able to knock him out. So he goes out to Thundurus right now. What I am going to do is actually save my Greninja, as I don't need, there's no point in me getting T-Wave. So I'm going to go out into my Landorus T as fodder, as he ends up going for T-Wave right now. And like I said, it's completely fine whatever move he goes for. He's probably just going to go for HP Ice, but I can just go right for a safe U-turn if he does want to try and switch out, predicting my Stone Edge or something like that. Like, he is going to go for HP Ice if he had it. Apparently, he probably doesn't have it. Yeah, he probably doesn't have it, but I can just go out to Sceptile, Mega Evolve this turn, and basically have my Lightning Rod. I believe that's how it works, and I can just go right for the Dragon Pulse. Even if it doesn't work that way, and I could be mistaken, and he tries to go for T-Wave and it actually works, I'll get rid of the Thundurus with the with my Dragon Pulse. So that'll be my plan right there. So that's why I'm going for that, as I should be able to essentially just knock it out. He ends up forfeiting just because I would have actually just been able to knock him out and sweep his team. So yeah, good game, broski. And let's look for another game, as we have found one right away. My opponent, very threatening team, of course, having the Greninja, having the Salamence, which is of course a threat. I'm just gonna lead off with my what do I want to lead off with? I'll lead off with my Landorus, just in case he wants to lead off with like T-Tar, as I can just go right for the Earthquake on that thing and take it on, as he actually ends up leading off a Talonflame, which is even better for me because I can just go right for my Stealth Rocks. As if he wants to, I guess he can go for Will-O-Wisp if he does have it. He's probably just going to U-turn out if he also has that, or just hard switch. I would probably just hard switch if I were him. I got off the Intimidate. He can't do crap to me. I'm going to try and put my mouse away because some people do get upset that I move it back and forth. But as I've said before, that's how I see their speed. That's how I figure out what I want to do. I look at my stats to make sure I see what I want to do and how I'm going to react. So he ends up going out to a Azumarill. You're about to see this power. You're about to see my boy Avalog eat this up. The definition of eating it up is about to be here. I'm serious. Watch. Whatever attack he goes for, gonna do 0. Ouch. Damage? And I'm actually just gonna go for Roar, just in case he wants to try and switch out, as he ends up going for Knockoff, which is fine by me. Sucks I lost my Rocky Helmet, but I end up forcing him out into Greninja, which is a little bit unfortunate because Greninja is a threat. So actually just gonna go out to my my Klefki right now because I want to save Avalog, especially for the fact that he still does have that Azumarill at large. So I'm gonna go out to Klefki. If he has Dark Pulse, he'll go for that, even though he'll most likely go for Hydro Pump, as unfortunately for my opponent, he does end up missing. And what I want to do is actually make a play and predict his Zapdos to want to come out. So I'm gonna pull a double into my Greninja, as Zapdos does end up coming out, and I can just go right for a Stab Ice Beam and pick him off. He could also go switch out into T-Tar. That's completely fine though. Depending on the variant, Ice Beam plus Hydro Pump can knock it out. So he really does not have a switch into this, or a solid switch in. That was a bit unfortunate. It's probably devastating for him that he missed that Hydro Pump, but I can't do anything about that. Hacks is part of the game. I just, you know, embrace it, I guess, as I am able to knock him out with the Ice Beam crit. Now, if he was Spadef, that crit did matter, but if he was physically defensive, it didn't matter. And based on the fact that Pinsir's a threat, physically defensive is the more common set, but that doesn't mean he's actually running that. So he goes out into his Tyranitar, as I am just going to go for Hydro Pump just to 2-hit KO him. This is a Stealth Rocker looking at his team. This is definitely a Stealth Rocker. Nothing else on his team can learn Stealth Rocks. And the fact that Greninja's inside is just absolutely amazing for me, as I am able to completely and utterly take him down, as he actually ends up having the weakness policy. But now I get the free Mega Evolution with my Sceptile, which is great because that means that later on I will be able to outspeed his Greninja, so I don't have to worry about T-waving that thing too much. I can actually just sack and then get the free switch into my Sceptile. So I'm actually just going to Mega Evolve and go right for the Dragon Pulse, just in case for some reason he wants to try and save T-Tar. It'll be able to knock him out. It'll also smack Salamence, and yeah, my way of winning right now is saving Klefki for Salamence, as I was actually mistaken. They didn't cut it out from Korokora. Damn, what's it called? Let me find it real quick. I'll find it later. Whatever. They didn't cut it out from Korokora. They got it from somewhere else, as I was actually contacted. But yeah, the cool thing about Sceptile is that it's gonna force in his Talonflame, which means I can just sack my Avalog right here. If he goes for Brave Bird, I can actually survive that. We'll see. I'll show you how much damage you'll actually end up doing. He kind of has to go for Brave Bird at this point, as he has been. Stealth Rocks are up, and that thing's probably banded just based on the fact that it did how much? Like 3? That was nice chill. 6.5%. Definitely choice banded right there. That's choice banded damage, no doubt about it. So I'm gonna go out to Avalog as he ends up going for the Flare Blitz, and I eat that up. That's choice banded Flare Blitz, and I ate that up. As now I can just go out into my Latios, and the reason I'm going out to Latios is because 1, I'll be able to just Roost Stall, and 2, it prevents his Salamence from setting up a DD. I didn't want Salamence to set up a DD, so like I said, it does prevent his Salamence from setting up a DD, because he's forced to go out into Greninja. He has to go out to Greninja, and yeah, I believe I can just win with my Sceptile from there. So let me actually calc this real quick. How much Sceptile's Giga Drain does to Mega Sceptile. This has not been added yet. Okay, regular Sceptile. That is not a Life Orb. What is it? 140? 145? I think it's 145. Let me look at this guy's stats. Yeah, 145. So he ends up going out into his Azumarill, which is even better for me because I can actually just go for safe HP Fire. I don't want to. Actually, it doesn't matter if I knock it out. Or not. Yeah, it really didn't matter if I knock it out. I was thinking back, what if I go for HP Fire, then just get the free switch into Sceptile and just win the game? But it did not matter in the slightest right there. Even if I miss Draco versus his Salamence, my best play is going for Psyshock actually, because I do have T-Wave. So ends up going out to Greninja, and I can just go right for the HP Fires. He ends up going for Ice Beam, and I believe Mega Sceptile at 389 can actually knock him out with Dragon Pulse. But we're gonna calc because make this thing Dragon real quick. Nice Dragon type. Dragon Pulse. Greninja. I'm positive he'll be able to knock him out. Yeah, 70 to 82. He's at 66. But I just had to be safe, you know. No point in choking away a game that's basically won. So able to knock him out with that, as his last is a Salamence, and even with that Intimidate, I'm a special attacker, so that don't even matter. So if he wants to Mega Evolve, that's cool. Show off your sprite, show off your nice table. I got one of my own, and I am able to knock him out with the Dragon Pulse. So Mega Sceptile just cleaning up. So yeah, good game, dude. And it's been 14 minutes. We'll probably end up getting one more, as we have found right away. Now my opponent is a very scary team. This is definitely scary. But I do have the Avalog. The Avalog is inside, and it actually does a lot of work to his team. So I'm going to lead off with Avalog because it beats a bunch of members of his team. Sceptile actually puts in so much work, as he leads off with the worst possible thing for me. Literally the worst possible thing. Damn. I have to go out to Latios. I don't want to lose this Pokemon just yet, as he actually ends up going for Fiery Dance. So I get a bit lucky right there that he ended up going for Fiery Dance, and I can just drop a Draco. Yeah, I have to drop a Draco. This thing is a threat. What the hell am I going to do otherwise? I do have Sturdy on my Avalog, so worst case scenario, I roar him out after taking 2,000% from his attack. But he ends up going out into Landorus. I'm not even sure why, because maybe he wanted me to drop a Draco, that way he can go for the Quiver Dance afterwards. That makes a little bit of sense. Alright, but he just sacked Landorus, so I don't really agree with that, as he ends up going out into his Volk. And just gonna go out to Avalog, because as he gets up to Quiver Dance, about to show you why the iceberg sank Titanic. It used Roar. No, wasn't funny. Sorry, tried a bit too hard there. My fault, broskies. Unfortunately, I'm a bit weaker to Beedrill, but then again, at the same time, I'm not. So because I do have my Landorus T, so I'm just gonna go for I'm just gonna go for Rapid Spin, just in case this is like a rocker. If he has to go for Iron Head, yeah. As he ends up having leftovers, so it's an interesting leftover set. I do have my Greninja, which can just go right for Hydro Pump right here. Knock him out, knock this thing out, knock this thing out, knock this thing out, knock this thing out. Greninja just like flat out smacks his team as yeah, like I said, Greninja just flat out smacks his team. He ends up going out into his Skarmory. I can just go for Dark Pulse because it doesn't have that flinch chance. As I do end up flinching him. Like I said, I went for it because it does have that flinch chance. It was probably better than going for Ice Beam. If I didn't get the flinch, I don't think it mattered too much, but probably would have gotten Rocks. Maybe they would have came into play. Who knows? Who actually knows? But yeah, he can go out to Beedrill if he wants to. He ends up going out to Volcarona. Oh man, he's going to play around with this miss. As I land it, and I am able to Oko the Volcarona. Come on, let me show out Mega Sceptile, bro. Come on. Come on, Flan. I know I'm going to show off Mega Sceptile. So he goes out to Beedrill. If he has Protect, he's going to go for it. Definitely, I don't want to stay with my Greninja, as Greninja Okos his Gliscor. And Greninja's putting in a lot of work, but Sceptile put in so much work in the following game. So he Mega Evolves and goes for U-Turn. That's completely fine by me, because I do have my my Sceptile, which I can just slow U-turn out versus his Gliscor. I can actually get up my rocks first before slow U-turning out, so no point in not getting up my rocks. So I'm gonna get up my rocks. The worst case scenario right here, he has Ice Fang on this thing, but I do have Thunder Wave on Klefki to check Beedrill just in case. So he goes for sub. Completely fine by me. I got those rocks, which will be helping me with Beedrill, as I can just go for U-turn, and I get that slow U-turn off basically, which is what I want into my Sceptile, as he actually ends up going for the SD. So that's a bit of a threat. Are you gonna baton pass that? That's actually really cool. If you baton pass that, that's actually really cool. So I'm just gonna go for Side Shock. It is my safest play. I don't want to go out to my Sceptile because he just set up an SD. SD Protect Sub U-turn. I don't know what his set is. Earthquake. I don't know if it's. I saw Sub SD Protect, so that's 3 attacks. Is his last Earthquake? Like, what are you doing? Alright, so it looks like his last is Earthquake. This is very, very awkward. I don't know if he's going to try and stall me out. I might just, like, pause it until we come back. Please have Facade or something. Hit me. Okay, well, going for Side Shock is my best play because I'm breaking the subs. I do have Recover. If this guy actually can't touch me, that's pretty hilarious right there, so. I'm gonna talk to this guy. Bro, I have Recover, right? Like, dude, I have Recover. Like, you can't stall me out. I can switch back and forth indefinitely between Latios and Landorus and make you sack your PP. Like, I'm gonna continuously go for Side Shock. If this guy actually has Baton Pass and he's trying to Baton Pass, I'm not gonna let him. Yeah, I can't. I can't let him end up behind a sub. Which he will actually end up behind a sub. Why isn't my... I was just saying so we could stop stalling. What is this guy saying? I don't... Oh, I guess this guy's replying to me. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't talking to you. You're a college dropout. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. You know, maybe things happen. So, yeah, just gonna go for Roost at this point. Oh no! Reveal the baton pass. All right, I'm gonna pause it until something actually happens. Guys, he revealed it. He revealed the baton pass. Oh my gosh, it's inside. It's inside, guys. It's inside. Look at Cam's reaction. Shout out to my boy Kalalochi. Yeah, if he would have baton pass, it could have been a good game. Actually, no, Landers would have survived the hit. I could have broken his sub and then T-wave him. But I do have my my trusty T-waver. Uh-oh. Trying to make plays. We out here. We just out here. At worst it's a speed tie, to be honest, but like I can actually just go for all my spikes. But yeah, just gonna go out to my Sceptile as he is gonna sub, and I can just Mega Evolve and go for Giga Drain. I could also go for sub if he wants to try and go for Protect, but he does end up going for Protect, as I am gonna be able to. I'm actually just going to go for sub, just in case he doesn't baton pass right here. Because I could break... What if he has Twin Needle? Oh my god, no. No, Giga Drain. Alright, I'm obviously not as worried as I probably could be. Or should be. Whatever. Just because I do have a full HP Landers T and I have my T-Waver. So I'm just going to go out to my Landers as I can get off the Intimidate and get off a U-turn after that. As, is he pulling a double? Look at that, he goes for U-turn. Bro, come on. We're not doing this again. The Stealth Rocker up. This Gliscor has 0 attacks. Alright guys, this will be the last battle, by the way. I'm going directly into my Greninja. What if this guy tries and protects? I can just end it a few turns earlier. So I'm going directly into Greninja. As if he wants to go for protect, that's fine. If he wants to go for sub, that's fine too. As he ends up going for SD, and yeah, I'm glad I pulled the switch into Greninja, because Greninja basically finishes off the game, as I can go right for this safe Ice Beam, and he goes for Protect. Bro, that's not going to save from Stab Ice Beam. Some guys, if you're doing this, unless this guy really hates me, I don't think he should be doing this. Maybe he hates me. I've done this to people that I don't like that much. But he actually ends up forfeiting. So, yeah, good game, dude. And, yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Except I put in quite a bit of work in one of those games. This was over 20 minutes, something I didn't want, but, you know, it happens. So, hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like if you did. Check out my boy, you know, Max Ezzies. Check out the shirts if you want to get those. The link will be in the description. And until next time, later.